There we go. Really want to see those fingers. Okay, so let's just move my camera up just a little bit, just like that little bit of Cecil B. DeMille. Charlton Heston put his vest on. Today we are going to do leaks around your ASA. Basically, I've just sent a gun out, and the actual ASA fitting here, a little bit leaky. Weird, because I tested the shit out of it here. I mean, think about my job, man. I get to shoot guns all day, so when it comes to testing, oh yeah, I get to shoot like a box of paint. Who wouldn't? So, what I want to run you through, Hextable, this is your gun, by the way, but fucking eye wires broke, man. I was just about to put it all together. I put it in the post, and fucking eye wire snaps. Look. Fucking things. You look at these things sideways and they fucking snap. Bloody lumps of turd. The only other one I've got is this big extendo. So I've just rung BCF. We're going to get some new ones in. I'll get these. I don't want to solder up eye wires, man. I'd need a microscope and the patience of a saint. Anyway, moving on. We're going to do how to take off your ASA. Now, what you'll notice, there's two holes here. These are for you to put in your Allen key, okay? The only thing is, this hole here is redundant until we take this out. Be nice and gentle with this. It's got an O-ring on it, and the O-ring has to pass over threads. And threads are very sharp things. Not thread Dittners. See that O-ring there? And you see this thread here? Well, inside the gun there's also a thread on the inside of this ASA, which is very sharp. So if you undo this too far, this O-ring travels over the threads and gets damaged. It's the #1 cause of leaks at the ASA. Now, what I'm going to do is we're going to take this ASA off. Now, the standard bolts for the ASA on the GOG or the Lux are these size. I'm not going to tell you what size they are in 3/4 of an inch of a 1/9 of a million on a Wednesday afternoon by 3/4, because it doesn't matter. You've either got an Allen key that fits, or you haven't got an Allen key that fits. It's as simple as it needs to be, right? Now, sometimes on the guns I build, I might use a slightly different Allen key. So if you put your Allen key in, and you notice there, this one doesn't fit. That'll be because the screw in here is a different size. In fact, I've just put this screw in as demonstrative purposes. So what we need to do now is we need to crack these Allen keys. There we go, so that's one undone. Turn it, it'll probably get to a point where it stops. And then we're going to do the next one. If you can, always use an Allen key that's got a flat end, not a ball end. Ball ends are not great for taking a lot of stress. They don't like it. Don't like it up, Mr. Mannering. So there we go. And this indeed does have two different size Allen keys on. But I've done that deliberately to show you how to take your ASA apart. Now, what you would do next, if you have a leak in this area, you would get yourself an adjustable spanner, which is like this. Now, I'm not actually going to take this one apart. And then what you would do is you would take it apart. Now, we all know that anti-clockwise undoes things and clockwise does things up, okay? So you put that on there, you would unscrew this, and then on the threads of this you're going to apply some sealer. And that's what we're here to talk about today, because there are many different types of sealer. Right, what you really want to avoid, this is Mega Sealer. You put this on anything, it never ever comes apart ever again in the known universe. Right? Well, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know. So that is sleeve and bush seal. Okay, that's like an engineer's lock-in compound. You don't want to use that. Next thing you don't want to use is stud and bearing. Again, this is like magical metal welding. Never put this on anything that you want to take apart again, okay? But the clue is, when you come to buy this stuff, is in the name. See, it says lock and seal. Lock and seal. So this is a sealer. It's a low yield, and it will normally be blue in colour. So what you would do, in fact we can do this little one on the side here. You just grab an Allen key. What you're going to do is you're going to take this apart. Make sure all your threads are clean, etc, etc, which of course my threads are already clean. Let's just find my blade. Where's my blade? I need my blade. I make these, by the way. Right, this was actually a brand new container, so it had never been opened. Now, from the factory, this already has a sealer on it, but for the demonstrative purpose of this video, I was going to put some more in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to bosh some bosh on here. Don't need a lot. Put a little bit on each side. That's more than I need, but the reason I put it on so heavy is that you can see it on there, right? And then all we're going to do, we're just going to screw that back in there. Well, this is actually a really tight fitter because it's already got sealer on it. So we put that on there. Take that off. Let's wipe off the excess. Now, the way this stuff dries, it's weird. It's anaerobic. I can't pronounce it. It will set in the absence of oxygen, okay? Let's give this about 10-15 minutes. When it sets, it will be a seal and it will stop any leaks coming through. Same for this screws in, same for this one here. So what you'd be looking to check, you'd be looking to check this fitting and this fitting, okay? And then we want to reinstall the ASA. I'll pick on this one because that one's still got the line on. So put your Allen keys in of whatever nature you have. Alright? Put your finger between them because these Allen keys can be a real bitch. Allen bolts can be a real bitch to get in. Install your, see the bloody mistake I made there, because this was in the ASA, you can't push the tool all the way through that, right? So, there we go. And that stops those bolts from wobbling around. And what we're going to do, we're going to install that onto there. It just fell off. It's all gone pear-shaped. So if I'm having this much problem, how much fun you're going to have. I've done like 1 million of these things as well. And here I am, cocking it up. Still, got to have a few up cocks before you can have a few down cocks. That's what Alan Carr told me. There you go, Bob's your uncle. That's how you take your ASA off, although I've got to actually take this off because this is not the ASA that goes with the gun. So the one you're looking for is lock and seal. You will find it in pretty much any good car automotive shop or car mechanics, engineer supplies, radio controlled model shops, all that sort of thing. UK price between £3 and £6 depending on how big the container is, okay? This is quite a good one. This is called Delta, but they're pretty much all made by the same people, you know. And it's if you're going to be into paintball, you need a bottle of this in your kit bag. It's a lifesaver. But until next time, I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you soon. Ta-da, boys. Bye-bye. Ta-da.